Hey, what is up, guys? Your boy Ed from Savij. You already know. Today we are going to be doing a Dino deck profile for a tournament that our local shop, Galaxy Gaming, made. This was a no meta tournament where they had the current list for our ban list, right? And they made a couple of adjustments, a couple of little tweaks. What they did is that they banned a couple of extra cards. They took a couple other cards off of the list. A lot of fun stuff like Call by the Grave was banned, Terraforming was banned. They brought out Maxi, just Glow a Bulb 2 was brought out to 1, Maxi to 1. Like, that was crazy stuff. But today I have it's a pure Dino deck. It doesn't have DP because DP was banned. It doesn't have Red Ice Dragoon because it was banned. It doesn't have anything else that you would think that would be possible, like, you know, no Scythe lock, no nothing, because Scythe was banned. And I will show you guys the ban list right after this so you guys can check it out. But let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. Before we continue with today's video, make sure you guys go check out my sponsors from Dank Rituals. They have some of the coolest product out in the market today. They have anything from deck boxes to play mats, oversleeves, even dice. They're working on this really dope backpack that I'm super excited about. Make sure you guys check them out. The link will be down in the description. Thank you. Awesome. So getting into the deck profile, you guys already know some of the cards that you always got to play are going to be the 2 Ultimate Tyrannos, so the 2 UTCs. I think this was more than enough. There was a couple of matches where I opened up 1 and then I would also pill, so I would end up on 2 sometimes. I think this is more than fine. There was a guy who actually got top 4. Shout out to Christian Rodriguez for getting 2nd place with Dinos. I will try to get that list to you guys later, but as he told me, he was playing pure Dinos, so maybe I can get that list for you guys. 1 Misk, of course, because sadly Misk was still at 1 in this tournament, and just like it is in our current ban list, of course. After that, we have the 3 Oviraptors, and Oviraptors, definitely a really, really good dino. It helps a lot. Being able to play, being able to play Oviraptor and, of course, Lost World in this deck was very, very impactful for the way that I would play around with my opponent and the way that I would give him a token and whatnot, right? I actually had an opponent who forgotten that he could link away the token, which was really funny to me. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue. Baby Ceresaurus at 3, of course. It's your main baby card, the best baby, honestly, because you still got petite, but, you know, not really that great. You know, I call him the Jewel Baby. This guy's really, really good. Jewel Beast is really good. It's just there to help you get your double pill, of course. Continuing with the last baby, because I consider all 3 of these to be babies myself. Petite, 1 petite. This one just more of anything because it's specials in defense, so I'm not a really big fan. Continuing, 1 Giant Rex. The day of the tournament, I was playing not just the 1 Giant Rex, but I was also playing 2 of the Scrap Raptors. And I quickly realized it was actually a really terrible idea. I'm not a fan of the scrap engine. I'm not a fan of what you can do with scraps. I don't care. I really don't like Dino scraps. I really don't like the Scrap Raptor. I was honestly using the Scrap Raptor to go on the last summon of this one, where I would normally summon this, summon out Scrap Raptor, and then Scrap Raptor pop the baby, special summon this guy at the end, and then you would end up with 3 low 4s, which honestly didn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I ended up cutting out the Raptor, of course, and then just going from here to here and then having 1 on board, because leaving 1 on board for follow-up is actually really good. Special out Ovi and then get the 2nd one if you haven't had the 2nd one, or find whatever you need to find, of course. Continuing with 3 Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed is actually really good. I had a couple of matches where I blindly made Dweller, where I should have where I normally always make like Doka, but I blindly made Dweller and it paid off a lot. Like, it was really funny. Like, it actually paid off really well. A couple of people thought I knew ahead of time what they were playing, but since it was a no meta tournament, I wouldn't have even been able to know by any means whatsoever. So I just blindly made Dweller and actually paid off. Double Keystone. Keystone's really good. allows you to special summon, return, of course, your Misk if Misk is already banished. Special summon if this card is banished. At the end phase, you add it back to your hand. That was very important. It would have been kind of impactful in one of my matches where I actually forgot that when it gets banished, you can add it to your hand. So, not very important, but it would have been important because on the following turn, I would have just access code. And it would have been a lot easier to access code with the one extra monster in my hand, of course. But it's fine. We're going to go ahead and continue. Of course, now we're going to get into the hand traps, and I do play Double Crow. Crow wasn't banned, of course. I don't think any hand trap was banned besides D-Shifter. Triple Ash, and the main hand trap that everybody should be playing in Dinos, of course, should be Gamma. Gamma being the best hand trap for Dinos because Banish Misk, Ash, Gamma. You guys know how that rolls. Best hand traps, of course. I don't really count the driver as the hand trap, but this is 8 hand traps, which was not bad. And it worked really, really well for me. I never really had an issue where I saw too many of them or I saw like not enough of them. So I mostly always saw at least one. Triple Pot of Prosperity because I am a smart Dino player who wants to be able to choose what he wants to banish from the extra deck. And Pot of Prosperity was really good. Lost World's really good. There was an instance where I opened up 2 Lost Worlds, and because I lost game, but Terraforming was banned here, so I couldn't play 2 Lost Worlds, 1 Terraforming. Mystic Mine was also banned, so not being able to play that was also kind of tricky for me. So this was fine. It works well. I had only 1 game where I saw 2 of them, and it cost me the match because I also saw them with a UTC, by the way. Fossil Dig is at 3, so you abuse the shit out of it. Double Pill is at 3, but it's not good enough. I had a couple of situations where I would open up a double pill. I actually think I opened up 1 and then I had to search the other. And then even if I wasn't able to search the other one, just having that one in my hand wasn't good enough. I had to go through the setup and the combo to be able to have the other one work for me. The other thing that I played was 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is really, really good. If it wasn't for the Keystone, of course, it was for the 1 Baby Jewel Beast to then get you into this. 1 for 1 is actually a really, really good card. I only played 1 Dark Ruler no more in the main deck because I did not want to get Dark Rulered. And then the last thing that I played, of course, were the Crossouts. And Crossout being really good. Being able to cross out either the pot or the Dark Ruler was actually one of my biggest things besides Ash and Gamma, of course. Continuing, this was all the main deck. I believe I played about 42 cards. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know, but for whoever doesn't know, this is my next giveaway. I am giving it away as soon as I hit 1,700 subs. The link of the video where you have to go comment is going to be down below in the description. You have to comment, I want the pop. In order to win this pop, you have to be subbed to the channel and you have to have liked that video. So make sure you guys go now. My mistake, now 42, but 43. We're going to go ahead and continue to the extra deck. I'm not really going to get into the side deck too much, but I will brief over it really, really quick so you guys can kind of have an idea of what we were able to play. Almirage really good. Karibo really good. Anima really good. And Gardna really, really good. I only really had 1 instance where I bricked so hard that I had to go from a Karibo to a Gardna. I think that if you're Kariboing into a Gardna, you bricked. So prove me wrong, you bricked if you're doing that. It's never the best play to just go from Karibo to Gardna. Don't lie to yourself. We're going to go ahead and continue. Phoenix is really, really good. Dark actually did not do anything in this tournament for me. So my round 1 opponent was playing Tri-Brigade, and I didn't know he was playing Tri-Brigade, so I blinded my Abyss Dweller, and game 1, game 2, he bricked. I got over the revolt and then made this and won. Well, not this, I'm sorry, made my boards and won, of course. So then game 2, I played against somebody who was playing Dragon Mates, so this didn't play at all. Continuing after that, I played with somebody who, actually I can't even remember round 3, but you see, like, my whole point to that was that Dark didn't see any play at all whatsoever, so I wish it would have gotten more play. I know IP did see a little bit of time. out in my play matches, but the card that I made the most was, of course, Lambda. If you make Lambda, you're going to have your opponent shitting bricks, and it's actually really important for that to happen, because even if you have Gamma in hand or you don't, they are going to be really careful on how they play and how everything unfolds in their match, of course. So make Lambda as much as possible. I actually had somebody who wasted their imperm on this instead of like my UTC, and then it's like, okay, didn't even matter because I didn't have Gamma in hand, but okay, whatever. Unicorn, you guys already know Unicorn is really, really good. I actually didn't even know this Unicorn was German. That's so cool. Access Code Talker. I like Access Code Talker a lot. Cypher and Lauren, Omega. Omega is really good because for times where you want to OTK besides, you know, the basic way, instead of making Lambda, you just make Omega. Now for the XCs, the ones that you guys would normally expect are, of course, Doka, Alagia, but because we play Pot of Prosperities here, you have the option to just only play one of each and then do whatever you want to do with the extra deck. And I will show you guys what are some of my first vanishes when I go first. But then you guys already know Dweller. But then Dugaris actually came in clutch a lot. There was a couple of situations where I had already one UTC in hand, and then I had searched the second one on my opponent's turn off of my Oviraptor and have popped my baby, of course. Made a second UTC on my turn, and then had done this with some follow-up stuff that I had, of course. This made my UTC have double attack and then just be able to win game, which was really, really nice. All of this was really, really good. I think Dark is probably the only card that if we play this in the next tournament, Dark would probably be the only card to get cut out of here. So Galaxy has been talking about wanting to do another tournament, probably sometime after the YCS at Cali. So if that is the possibility where we do have another one of these tournaments, you guys are going to get a lot more content out of this. I am going to be showing you guys some deck profiles from some of the other people who topped and did well and stuff and whatnot, right? Of course. But let's go ahead and continue for the side deck before we wrap it up. Because I have cross out because of the Dino deck, and I can easily search these, of course. Back row, Dinos don't really necessarily lose to back row, but they lose to like Floodgates. In case I do want a Dark Ruler, in case they play something that I just can't get over, and then if I'm gonna go first, maybe like game 2 or something, and I don't want them to get over my board, and in case I didn't see like the cross out, whatever the situation is. This deck was a lot of fun to play. It was definitely very interesting to pilot. It's a very, very basic Dino deck, of course. I hadn't played just pure Dinos in like such a long time, I'm not even gonna lie, but I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was really fun to go out there and just bring it back to the basics again. Dinos are a lot of fun, and they're very not meta at all, like whatsoever. So they were one of the archetypes that didn't get banned, and it was either this for me or Emancipators, and you guys know I like those all. Tri-Brigade was also an option, but as you guys can tell, I went the other way because Fractal was at 1, and I honestly just didn't want to go through the through the hassle of only playing one Fractal. That would have been painful. There was nothing banned for Dinos. The only thing that I wasn't able to play that I would normally play would be the one Terraforming Call by Right. This deck's a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get to 1600. Thank you guys. Bye bye.